Topping today's news, the Prime Minister and leader of the official opposition speak out on crime. The government begins consultation on the new Junkanoo Authority Bill 2025, and a traffic accident on the island of Abaco on Sunday results in 2 dead. This is your JCN Evening News. I'm Jcn Saunders. Thank you so much for joining us. Turn yourselves in. That is the message from Prime Minister Philip Davis after a shooting Saturday killed 2 men and injured 5 others. The Prime Minister issued a message to the families, friends, and associates of the men responsible for the shooting. He encouraged them to surrender to police. Do not shelter or protect anyone who is wreaking havoc in our communities, the Prime Minister says. When you hide these individuals, you help them destroy lives and neighborhoods. Your protection of them can also result in your life being lost. The shooting happened shortly after 2 p.m. on Roberta Drive, Richland Park West, just off Robertson Road, Saturday afternoon. The 2 men killed, just 18 and 20 years old. 5 other individuals ranging in age from 16 to 22 were also shot in that incident. In his statement, the Prime Minister said some of them are fighting for their lives. Police say a group of individuals were gathered outside a residence when a silver Nissan Cube stopped nearby. 2 men exited the vehicle and opened fire on the group with high-powered weapons and fled in that car traveling east on Anthol Street. The Prime Minister pointed out that while the police are making progress in driving down overall crime and choking off the supply of illegal firearms, there remains some who are determined to terrorize our streets. The police were set to join the Bahamas Christian Council in a walkabout in the area where that shooting took place on Saturday. That walkabout is set to take place this evening. They were set to start at 6 p.m., leaving from the Grove Police Station. In a separate incident later on Saturday night, shortly after 11 p.m., a man was fatally shot in the parking lot of a business establishment on Nassau Street and Boyd Road. Preliminary reports suggest that the victim was about to enter a vehicle when a man in a silver Japanese vehicle pulled up and discharged multiple gunshots in his direction, fatally wounding him. The culprits sped off from the scene and subsequently crashed their vehicle. He then got out of that vehicle and robbed another individual of their vehicle before fleeing the scene. Police on Abaco investigating a traffic fatality that occurred on Sunday shortly before 11:15 p.m., which resulted in the death of 2 men. Officers responded to a collision involving 2 vehicles in the SC Boodle Highway, or rather on the SC Boodle Highway near Treasure Key. On arrival, they observed a vehicle that collided with a metal utility pole and 2 unresponsive adult males in that vehicle. One of the victims, reportedly Stephen Gardner Sr., the father of Olympic champion Stephen Gardner from Moores Island. The jaws of life had to be used to extract the men from the mangled vehicle. There are now 46 traffic fatalities in country this year. And finally, in this segment, despite the controversy surrounding its introduction, the government, through the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, began a national consultation on the Junkanoo Authority Bill 2025 today. Malia Connolly has more from that consultation process, mainly from the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, Mario Boleg, who chaired the meeting and brought the opening remarks.
Public consultation began on the proposed Junkanoo Authority Bill this morning at the Goldwyn. The Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, Mario Boleg, chaired the meeting. During his opening remarks, he touched on a wide variety of issues, including timing, roles, and trust.
The policy work did not begin last week. It began in 1996. It was picked up in 2017, and we are now taking it further in 2025. Step by step, we have laid groundwork. We sought international recognition with UNESCO so that Junkanoo sits on the world stage with a safeguarding plan. We moved to a place Junkanoo in the national curriculum so that every child across every island can learn the music and the craft, the design and the story. We modernized our intellectual property laws so that artists, composers, and designers can protect their work and earn from it. The logical next step is a legal framework that recognizes Junkanoo as a national cultural institution and sets clear rules for governance, funding, safety, education, and year-round development. Today is about discussing that step openly.
As it relates to the roles the government and the various Junkanoo corporations will play, Boleg explained the following.
There has also been a strong question about the role of the Junkanoo corporations and associations across the islands. We want to assure you that you are all valued contributors to this community. The draft bill creates a national body that can work with delivery partners, including the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence, the Grand Bahama Junkanoo Corporation, and all Family Islands associations. The authority can negotiate agreements that delegates defined functions and can enter commercial agreements that make sense for the public and the practitioners. That means the experience built over the years in New Providence, Grand Bahama, and the Family Islands can continue to serve the public within the national standard that treats all islands fairly.
When it comes to trust, this is believed to be the biggest obstacle between the government and a large section of Junkanoo community who fear the government will interfere with Junkanoo. Boleg sought to allay those fears.
Trust is built when decisions are made in the open and everyone can see how and why decisions are made. The proposed structure spreads decision-making across a mixed board of working committees that include practitioners and institutions. Finance can be audited and tabled. Rules and regulations can be published for all to see. Minutes can be kept. These practices do not remove disagreements, but they make decisions clear and more open to review. There's one more reassurance I want to make. Boxing Day and New Year's Day sit at the center of our calendar in Nassau. That will continue. Continuity matters. At the same time, we can create more windows for Junkanoo across the year and across the islands. This is how we keep the art form alive for young people and how we deepen community life and how we support the many small businesses that depend on these events.
Junkanoo Cooperation of New Providence, JCNP, has said it does not support the bill in its current form, and as a result has suspended all Junkanoo activities. However, Mr. Boleg revealed the JCNP does not have that authority and asked its members to work with the government.
JCNP. Currently, and for many years, there has not been a formal contract between the government and the JCNP. The management of the braids have been done on an understanding. This lack of formal framework has, in and of itself, created its own set of issues. We are open to discussing how to bridge this long-standing partnership towards a fair transition with the goal of avoiding any disruption to this national institution.
Is available online for all to view and leave comments and suggestions. For JCN, I'm Malia Connolly.
Thanks for that report, Malia. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back following these commercials.